Hi there. My name's Michael. I am yoga teacher. I like to play guitar. I do things here and there. But I wanted to come and talk to you today specifically regarding something that we always talk a lot about in yoga, and that is this idea of self, capital S. And it's more than an idea, it's an experienceable fact of life. So imagine you're at the movie theater. You've probably seen a movie before, and there's a movie going, and you're watching it, you're really enjoying it, you're liking it, you're relating to the characters, you're getting to know these characters, but eventually you leave. You know you're not part of the movie. Life is this. As we go about our daily existence, we experience so many things. Just a rapid multitude and endless flow of things. And it's not just like the material bits and pieces of the world. It's not the goods, the products and services, not just the media, not just all this stuff that we're taking in through our senses. It's this moment by moment. It's like the frames of a movie. If you take an old-fashioned film reel and you open it up and you look at it, you see individual frames, individual images. That's what we are experiencing here in this world. We are seeing this right here in front of me, that right there in front of you, as you watch me, is 1 second of frame, 1 moment of frame. Those frames just they come together. None of them are pausable. None of them are something that we can't separate the moment out from that single frame. We can't hold on to that single frame. We're like, oh, that frame, it goes on, continues. So there's this constant change that's always happening, this constant, you're constantly watching the movie. I guess I should be going in this direction for you because I'm mirroring what you're seeing. This is like going into the past. This is like going into the future. It's like reading left to right. We read left to right, so we're used to this direction implying future. So says my brain. Well, not really. So this place that I'm speaking to you from is not actually here. It's not really here. It is exactly here. But the thing is it's not here in the same sense of spatial. I'm here right now with you. Because when you look at me, you see a body and you hear words coming out, and those words are in the moment. Those words are in that single frame of existence. However, at the same exact time that you are seeing all this, that you are experiencing all this, that you are sensing all of this, you are watching from behind the scenes, you could say. You're not behind the scenes. You are and you aren't. Life is kind of a contradiction in this sense, this duality of physical, material, and non-physical, immaterial. We have this duality of spirit and spirit or essence or source or higher power or God or whatever word you want to put on it. And then matter, physicality. Thoughts are physical in a sense because they exist. It's existing and not existing. The non-existing is what source is. It's this huge field of potential, this huge field of desire. And, well, the desire is kind of in between the two because the desire creates the physical. But what I am speaking to you from is this sense of potential. Limitless, absolute limitless potential. And it's not something that you can really put a word on it, because a word is something that is manifest. And this that I'm coming to you from is unmanifest. The watcher, the observer. But it's not a sense of observing. It's a sense of being, a sense of, oh yeah, I'm here right now with you. I am. And I want to try and put, but that's not it. I want to try and put a word on it, and it's not right. It's self. It's what we really are. It's this thing, this non-thing that exists and is so absolutely real. I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. Because there's no words, like I said, that the words just don't work. They don't fit. Everything that I say to try and describe it would not make sense to you. And well, no, that's not exactly true, because it would make sense, because you are it as well. And you are living from that place. But the way that you're experiencing, the way that you're perceiving, the way that mind is, the things that mind are telling you is that I am this body, I am this mind, I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that, However, you're not. You're beyond it. You're behind it. You're behind the scenes. And I really like that analogy, actually, behind the scenes, because the play, the movie, the things that are going on stage, the stage is this world all around us, this moment that we're in, this experience, these things we're seeing, these things that our senses can understand, can grasp, can experience. That is the stage. Beyond the stage is us, is what we are. We are the audience, but we are also behind the scenes orchestrating everything. That's a lot of power. It's a lot of responsibility. Responsibility, of course, is not something that... It's nice to take ownership for it, because then the ego understands, the ego feels satisfied, the ego feels better about it, but good and bad and right and wrong and responsibility and laziness, procrastination, all these things are words from the mind. They're all ego. They don't have any ground that they actually stand upon. We as experience, we as beings, we as self and source and God, we have a ground to stand on. We exist. All this framework, all the things that is moving beyond, that is moving past the screen, that is moving in whatever direction you think is forward. As the frames change, the frame of the reel of life, the movie reel, the film reel, as the frames change, the things that we see change. Because we want more. There's this desire to keep going and keep creating and keep experiencing, keep doing. Why? Does there need to be a why? It's happening. It is. If you want a why, I would say why not? Why not experience all these things? We have the capability to, so why not create? Now, perhaps that seems nihilist. Is that the proper term? Correct me if I'm wrong. But the truth of the matter is, it just is. So why not live with it? Why not create with it? Why not live through it? So, yeah, I didn't really have a reason for coming on and talking to you today. I guess I just kind of wanted to. For a really long time, I've been have been like grasping at, trying to get this feeling of I am self, I am realized, I am an enlightened being. But you can't grasp that, because grasping, holding on to something, is something that keeps you in the body and in the mind. It keeps you with the ego. The ego wants to be realized, you know. But the ego cannot be realized, because the ego is, and we already know we have an ego. What you are realizing is the fact that you are behind the scenes, that you are the audience and the orchestra and the director and the actors. You are everything. I am everything. We all are all everything. And so what's the benefit in knowing this? Well, right off the bat, we have the responsibility factor. We have the power. We realize that we are the pawns, the pieces, the game creator, the game player. We can shape and mold the game, the play, how we want. We can direct it. And it's not a matter of then suddenly having all the things that your ego desires, because once you realize, oh, right, I'm not actually the ego, it doesn't matter as much. Some of the things you'll still go after because the ego wants them, and there's something to be experienced there. So why not go after those things that your ego wants? It almost gives you the freedom to be the individual that you are, because you are observing. You created this individual. I created, that's not it, because it's not I, mind. It's I I created this individual that is Michael. So why not play out the scenes that Michael is in? Why not have wild and crazy sex? Why not do drugs? Why not become a rock and roll star? Why not be an awesome yoga teacher? Why not? Why not? Why limit yourself? If you are the creator, and you are, and I am, we all are, then why would you limit yourself? Limiting yourself, well, if you created yourself to limit yourself, well, then the obvious reason would be because you want to limit yourself. Do you want to limit yourself? Realize yourself, and then ask the question, do you want to limit yourself? As of now, as an ego, I don't want you to ask that question, because that question belongs to the self. It needs to be answered by the self, because the ego cannot. It cannot answer that question. The ego has a place, and it is connected to the self, but the thing is, the ego doesn't have the viewpoint or the clarity that the self does. So how to realize the self? Well, that's a damn good question. It's pretty new for me, so I'm going to go ahead and say, choose your own damn path. Keep trying. Have the desire. That's all it takes, actually. It's the desire. There are a lot of people out there that offer direction, that offer purpose. What I say to you is follow no one. Follow yourself. Follow your desire to be enlightened, your desire to realize the self, your desire to seek truth. Because All you need to do is have the desire. It has to be so strong, the most important thing in the universe. And if you're really lucky, the stars will align and allow you to see the truth, allow you to see yourself, allow you to see our self. I have something in my eye. Well, no, my eye's just itchy. The body's eye is just itchy. I'm not going to talk like that, though, because the words that are coming out of me are from the body. And so the word I coming from this body is I, the body, the mind. But know that this is just a translation. This is just a vessel to tell you what to do. Actually, I'm not going to tell you anything except for follow your desire. So why is the desire the most important part? Because if you have that desire and you hold on to it, one and only, that's the most important thing in your life, then you will continue to seek. And the more that you seek, the more earnest and honest and completely you delve into your desire to become enlightened, your desire to be self-realized, your desire, you'll get there. It's just a matter of that desire. I mean, I could recommend do some yoga, meditate. But above all else, I would say observe yourself. Observe the body and observe the mind. Observe your reactions. Observe your unconscious habits. Observe your patterns. You could even journal like crazy. This is what I did today. And then in a year be like, oh, look at all this stuff that I'm doing exactly the same. This must be a pattern. Why am I doing this pattern? Delve into yourself. Observe your mind. Observe your breath. Observe everything about yourself. You, not the world. I'm not saying renounce the world. I'm saying live in the world and then have the world come at you and experience yourself, observing yourself, experience yourself reacting, experience the world. It's the thing about that is so slow about renouncing the world is if you renounce things, you don't have the opportunities that you had before. You don't have the things that are making you react. You don't have the triggers. You don't have all this awesome stuff. I know it sucks in the moment, but when you get used to working with it, when you get used to uncovering things, your ego starts to relish in the feeling of uncovering a new issue, of breaking down a new barrier, of whatever. You start to love it. I love it. Every time, there are still things in the ego, in the mind, in the body, still desires, still wants, and things that I'm kind of like, do I really want to go down that road? Do I really want to do that? Do I really want to do this? And so shadow work. There's a lot of shadow work that still needs to be done for the ego and the body and the mind. But the thing is, you don't have to do any of that. You can be self-realized without doing any of the work. And the beautiful thing about being self-realized before doing any of the work is you can step back and look at all of it and be like, wow, look at all this stuff I can do. There's so much more you can see with clarity when you are self-realized. And so this is the benefit. This is the benefit. This is the one main benefit, is that life becomes... Easy is not the right word. Life does not become easy. Life becomes enjoyable. There's a lot of work. Still, there's always going to be work. The point of life is work. You are here to do action. You are here to create. You are here to be you. This is all forms of work. I'm not saying get a job in a career, 9 to 5. That's the point of work, of life. No, that's not the point. That's a waste. But it can be used as a tool to lift yourself up in certain ways so that you can better analyze yourself, so that you can better self-realize, so that you can better grow. And it's the system that we've put in place, the system that we chose. I know, as a millennial myself, I did not choose this system as an individual, but however, the world chose it, and we are of the world. We are human. We have a choice in this, and now that we are here and alive, we can do things different. So anyway, that's not the point of this talk here. I just wanted to share a little bit about the self and tell you that you can do it too. It's possible. And I'm not claiming to be someone like Abraham Hicks always comes to mind. I don't know very much about that. I've heard some of the talks that are given, and I've heard some of the speakers, other kinds of speakers, and I've heard, but I don't claim to be any spirit or I'm not guided. I don't feel like I'm guided from anything. I'm guided by me, not Michael. I'm guided by me. I, capital I, S, self, capital S. Wait, capital S. Does that look good? And I'm guided by clarity. So, thanks for listening and watching. And I don't know, if you're interested, let me know, because I'm more than happy to do more of these. I don't really have... I'd like to do more of these. This was my original purpose in starting a YouTube channel when I was doing yoga classes. We'll see if I keep doing those. I do still want to keep doing those because they're fun. And I know this body still needs to do yoga. Your bodies need to do yoga. So if you have a suggestion, a recommendation, a desire for a specific class in a specific area of the body, hit me up, let me know. And there's still so many things that I want to do, but as the individual, but yeah, I don't know where this is going to take me, but I'm sure loving it. Thanks for watching. Hit me up with a subscribe, if you don't mind.